Hi everyone, I want to talk to you about the ways in which you can increase the rigor in your classroom. And I've done several videos on rigor. Be sure to go back and check those out. But I wanted to have this conversation with those of you who find yourself in a district that won't allow you to purchase certain products from places like Teachers Pay Teachers or anything that hasn't been vetted yet. Or if they have it, if they've said it's okay, how can you make those things into things that are rigorous enough to use with your classroom? I'm going to make it short and sweet. If you have a paragraph that your students have to read, then go ahead and ask some open-ended questions to those paragraphs. Go ahead and add some questions in that look similar to your state test or the competencies in which your students are expected to know. If you are teaching another subject like science or something else and you're worried about the rigor level, then when you find that activity, go back and see what other activities tie into that competency. Make it project-based. Even with the reading, find a way to incorporate projects that your students can do to make the lesson more rigorous and entertaining. If you have let's suppose your students have read a text, and once they finish reading, what you can do is have them come up with an alternate ending, talk about how the characters felt. How do you think this could be addressed in a different way? Just totally turn the whole thing around. If you are reading something that has to do with the Great Depression, you can have your students go do research on the Great Depression. They can write their own story about the Great Depression. They can go find a movie that relates to the Great Depression and tie it back to your book. But either way, these are ways in which you can increase the rigor in what you're teaching in your classroom. There is no reason for us to not have rigor. There's no reason for us not to teach critical thinking. And there's no reason we can't shop on Teachers Pay Teachers. Be sure to head yourself on over there and check out my store. But even if you don't, know that there are ways in which you can transform those activities into activities that are more rigorous. There is also a book that I'll link. A great book that I have found is called Rigor in the Classroom. Be sure to check that book out and go read it. There's also a book that talks about the way teachers look at their students and how they act and respond to them by Tommy Marbury, and it's called Perspective. You can also grab a copy of that book and read it. Definitely don't forget before school starts to read The First Days of School by Harry Wong. These are awesome, great books to help us learn how to increase rigor in our classroom. And let's make sure that these are some things that we are doing. So our really great books in which we can read to help us increase the rigor in our classroom and ensure that we as teachers are doing what we need to do to help our students. So don't turn down resources, don't turn down websites or products that you can use in your classroom. Just find ways to increase the rigor. And I'll be making more videos on rigor. And be sure to check those first ones out so you can know how you can increase the rigor in your classroom. I'll see you guys in the next video.